And we are back. We are ready to play some more. Oxygen not included. What is included is lots of digging. Of umming and ahhing. Plenty of deconstruction. We love a bit of deconstruction around here. A fair amount of cold beverages. Yeah, just getting things fired up. Ready to rock. Ready to roll. Let us over to our game. And as you may remember from last episode, or may not if you didn't watch it, we are building this monstrosity. So let's get right into it. I see a damaged, overheated pitcher pump. And yeah, fair enough. Disable auto repair. Just deconstruct it, will you? Supposed to be that when this base touches the hot, then it will overheat. To be honest, it's only overheating at 92 degrees, which is a bit low. It should be able to spend way more temperature than that before it overheats. It is made of obsidians, but you can delete 2 tiles above and raise it up a little bit. Probably delete this machine. Some things are in situ. We're only running 3,500, which isn't enough to run all 4 of these properly. So what we're going to do, snip there, we're going to add the water at this point. Whoa. We're going to, no, that's wrong, isn't it? We're going to go up and in, like that. Let's do all of them at the same time. And if this ever backs up to the point where these 4 tanks are full, any excess will drip into there. Hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, we'll let them overwrite the pipes. Why not? It's nice, cool, chill liquid coming down. It's only 18 degrees. Should mean our machinery is running a lot cooler. They're not a huge amount cooler, to be fair. But we got 26 degree coolant flowing through it. But they never empty pipe. They should flow now. Should be flowing properly by now. There we go. That should now be flowing correctly. Never over pressurizes. In fact, at this rate, I'm tempted just to bump this up to max. Someone can turn that up. This pipe can just fill up. No, actually, I've changed my mind. 4,000. Yep, just keep it like that. Because if we fill that pipe, all that will happen is this water will absorb the heat from these and then get fed back into them again. So we won't cool down the oxygen at all. Oh, yeah, that'll do. We'll leave it like that. We'll let things happen. We'll come back and play with our machine for a bit. Ah, yeah, that's what I was going to. Yeah, I don't really want brine or whatever in there. I'd rather let it out this side and let it drip into this area. Salt water and stuff. So if we get a ladder made of mafic, we'll be absolutely fine. And straight up there. Oh, nuts. There's a volcano in the way. Well, let's not do that then. Let's go a bit further out. Up there then, instead. That means all that horrible, whatever, water. Pour down this side. We'll dig it out. Dig out to, yeah, to wherever that volcano is. A few ladders in places. Just to give them something to do. Something to get their teeth in. Itching to do some digging. Yeah, we'll leave the volcano alone for now. I don't want to be dealing with that. Right. So that'll give them something to do to stop them moaning that ain't got nothing to do. While we're on the case of that, we'll come in here and let this out. And that should all pour down here. And that can all be dug out as well. Come on. Get on with it. Then once that water's let out, I think we'll just demolish this entire structure. It's all got to go. We don't need it. It's all resources we could be using. Or it's in our way. Come on, game. Let me play. Already been is demolished that. Right. Now what? Now what? I'd like to put the power for this somewhere near this cooling loop. So when this is demolished, that'll be useful. We'll be able to do such things. I want to let that water all out from there. So we'll have to bridge this gap. Let this water come this way. Oh, I forgot there's a carbon dioxide geyser there. Then we can add this power to, say, down here somewhere and use the cooling loop to power all this. Only doors. Only doors. Disconnected this stuff at the moment. Now, at the end of the last one, we were talking a little bit about the automation we're going to need to use. Because at the moment we've got that. So, now, I'm going to use a pulse. That one. Yes, I'm going to use a pulse generator. Now, I was thinking about this. If I place the pulse generator up here where I was going to, we might need a reset on it. And if we need a reset from one of these or something, I don't... Up there might be bad to put it. Actually, let's just put it up there and see what happens. We can always rebuild it down here if we want to, can't we? Yeah, let's do that. Things have to happen sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta do it. I did want to make this. No, I didn't. That's fine. Okay, let's go. Automation. Now, I didn't design this automation. We've got to get a NOT gate. And we'll be pointing the NOT gate. I'll build it out of the way instead of trying to jam it all together. We have a NOT gate facing a NOT gate. Then we have a space underneath and we have another NOT gate. Then we have an OR gate facing that way. Made out of steel. These all steel? Yeah, they're steel. Good. Then we have an OR gate facing that way. I think. Hang on. That may be incorrect. Cancel that. We'll make the OR gate Ah, yes. We've got to rotate the OR gate that way. There we go. Faces out. But, and then we have one buffer. I'll do my best. Buffer faces that way. So, you can emit a pulse with this design based on whatever length this buffer is at. So, what we got to do? Got to do some connections here. These are connected. These two are connected. These two are connected. That's your switch to turn it off and on. Cancel piece because we can't reach. And this is the output. The output is here. So that's got to connect there. That's the output. That's where we would connect down here for that. And this would be your switch to turn it off and on. I could try rotating this, but I'd only probably confuse myself. We could try. It's, in the right directions. Sometimes these parts won't want them to. We tried rotating it. That would have to go like that. Not gate would go up. That not gate would go up. And that not gate would go down. And then that buffer. That's rotated nicely. Actually, that looks kind of better. I don't know. Let's cancel all of that. Deconstruct that. And we'll build that, but down here somewhere. Yeah, make it a 1. So build it. Someone come and deconstruct that for me. Thank you, Camille. Yeah, because I'm looking at it sideways. I'm looking at the correct way up, but this is like sideways on. All you do is do a nice internet search. Engines may apply. Type in useful automation gadgets, and you'll find it on the Clay forum. And this is a pulse generator. There are a few different types. I do not claim to have invented it. I'm now going to move it down here. I've already got a buffer onto it, so yeah. I'm going to build it up by one because we're going to make the floor a bit higher. So that goes there, that goes there. That's those two. Cancel you. Oh, just moving it, cancel you, and I want the buffer in between them pointing down. Yes. Cancel that. Now I'm going to cancel this stuff until we're ready. Another NOT gate falls pushing downwards and an OR gate upwards. That's better. That's where I want to put it now. Now, let's actually put some obsidian tiles in. I know we have a huge amount, but if we put them in, at least we can see what we're doing and they can reach to build everything. So we're going to put our wires back in. This is the output there. This goes like an L shape there. That's your, actually that's the input. Yeah, that's the input. That's the output. Those two join together. Those two join together. And these two join together. Well, our buffer would have to come around here instead. We'll move the buffer. I'm going to keep the buffer as a separate thing because, yeah, I don't want it to be part of that because it gets too confusing. Place the buffer there instead. Deconstruct that. Whatever time we set on here is how quick that pulse is going to be. That's got to come across to there. That means we've got to cancel building those. That one at least we've got to cancel so they can reach everything they got to reach. That will be the input. We'll snip it for now. We'll use a switch or something. Yeah, we'll use a switch. Mount an extra one. And snip the switch off later. But signal switch is on. wasp in my flat. Give me one moment. The nasty Jasper is dealt with. Yes, I called it Jasper. I'm actually tempted. Instead of going up and over and round, which would be difficult to build, awkward, could run this return to the door right back there. Or we could move this up by one. Yeah, we'll move it up by one. I think it'll look better. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's got to come around here then. Make it come around an extra bit because I've just got a switch in the way. And then it'll go to there. Perfect. Snipperoo, snipper-you. And automation bridge. Where's the bridge? Automation wire bridge. Made of there. A bit of obsidians there, please. Now we have a tank here. I would like to fill that. Now there is an issue with those. Yeah, no, we'll just. We have to flow control at least when we're starting. Problem with flow control with these stupid pipes is that you end up with this silly amounts in them. So I'm going to just bring this pipe back. I'm going to do a weird thing with it. Yeah, we'll come back like that. We'll deconstruct that piece of pipe there. This is our output, so we need to make sure we can... You build that out of sedimentary? No. Bleeding nada done. This is all obsidian, right? What are you building sedimentary pipes for? Cancel that. They don't have enough obsidian to build it, probably. Insulated liquid pipe. Yeah, don't bring me any flipping sedimentary. We don't need that crap. Right. In that case, we need some more obsidian. We'll have to go down, 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 and just quickly break in here. I'll let someone in. And they can come in and they can just put a tile, one tile of obsidian right there. Someone come and build me this. Make sure you're indoors when you build it, because all this stuff out here, is that really hot? Hang on, cancel. No, Ruby's coming. Let's let Ruby in, but then we'll cancel it when Ruby's in here. We'll make her do something with this piece of igneous or something. Yeah, actually, I want to build that. Let's get someone in to build that. Not this. Cancel the dick. Right, now someone's got to come to build this, right? So they're probably going to bring 800 kilos of igneous with them. Probably a bad idea, isn't it? Let's just build a couple of ladders instead. There we go. Build a couple of ladders. There, Devon's got that job. And Ashcan's got that one. At least Ashcan's coming. We know he can do the job. Come on, Ashcan. And when Ashcan arrives, we're going to lock him in. Not leaving Ashcan when you get here. Devon's first to arrive. And yes, Devon bought 100 with him. We want Ashcan to turn up. I don't care if you're trapped. Don't worry. The whole point of it. Build that. Pick that really hot material up first to use it. Excellent. I want one obsidian one. Where's obsidians? There it is. Take that and build that. Thank you very much. All of these temperature plates are made of obsidian. All of these are made of igneous rock. These are made of igneous rock as well. And that's reset the temperature of them to 45 degrees. Yeah, I know you're a bit trapped at the moment, but just, Evan, can you just come down here, please, mate? Ash can do it. He's much quicker than you. And stay out. There you go. Ashcan's quick. Now we want an obsidian tile right there, please. Is there any obsidian in here to use? No, there is not. Piece of obsidian there. If we dig that, we'd have to dig that so it could drop down. Don't want to make it out of something else. The whole rest of it's made of obsidian. Well, you can make it out of igneous. So make it out of igneous just to make things easier. He should have to come through there. Yes, he has to get it. So that should brick it up. It is now its own part of the world. Now we can come in here and we can get some obsidian. And that's what we're going to do. What's around here? There's a bit of sedimentary rock. Let's go like this. Choose sedimentary and just cut along there. Down and dig. Dig all this away. Dig all that away. Deconstruct all these tiles, please. Yeah, lovely. Have a deconstruction party. That'll make them happy. Look at that. You're busting into the vacuum. They're going to open it up and we're going to watch when the gases come in. All that chlorine's going to whoosh in here. They busted open. Oh, I'm excited. There it comes. Obsidian is falling and stuff. All that work. It's now filling up with carbon dioxide. Becoming part of our base. Oh yeah. Still a vacuum in this corner. It's carbon dioxide here. There shouldn't be any hot material. All of this stuff should be pretty chill. Yeah, it's a lovely temperature. Look at that. All this stuff's red up. But they're not allowed in there. Hopefully deconstructing these temperature plates should be a little faster. And we can watch our obsidian on here going up. As they destroy more and more and we get access to it. We chose a spot right next to the transit tube access. Oh yeah, look at it. What a beautiful thing. All the junk on the top is falling in as well. So what I'm going to do with the sweep command, so that we don't spend all day sweeping everything, I'm just going to come in here, go to raw mineral, choose obsidian, put it on a 7, sweep down here. Oh, it's raining obsidian. It's brilliant. That way, this is an 8, so this dig order is more important. I should do that first. Then they should come down and pick up some of this and take it up to where we're working. Going to cancel that side. Right, let's get back up to where we were. Yeah, there's a few people bringing some up. Excellent. That would actually look much clearer if it was coming round, I think. Very confusing like that. I might build the ladders like so. Yeah, do it like that. It'll be more clearer and easier to see. So this wire, nip off. Run it around how it should go. To the door. We're not going to make it go into the door just yet, because we don't want to trigger it to open when we're not ready. We have power right here, don't we? Yeah, we've got power going down there. Oh, it's coming from that side now. Put power to this door and the pump. I think what we'll do is run the power over here. We'll power a temporary door. Like so. That way we can see what we're doing. I'm going to get rid of this bridge because that's all confusing. Deconstruct all this stuff. We'll leave those wires in place. They might be useful later if we start messing around with things. I'm not even certain we can build it up here. We might have to build it down there. Depends on the reset of this. But until I've built it, I can't really think about that. Right. That's very low priority, isn't it? Going to get done. Trying to make it nice and easy to see what's going on. So this will be the trigger on this. If this door is open, closed, sorry, then the buffer will start to run. And if it's closed for too long, that means it's not getting enough heat fast enough. That will trigger the pulse, which will pulse the magma. But I do want some kind of fail-safe. So if it pulses the magma, doesn't get any heat for some reason, and after a little while it'll pulse the magma again. Because this will just pulse once. So we need some kind of system to make sure it pulses again. We can put that in later. This door is our pretend magma door. We're not actually using the magma door until we've got it right. A bit nerve-wracking. May have to come in here and dig out a tile if we get it wrong. Oh, should we pulse in some water now? Got that set to 405. Let's lower that a bit. 400. It might spike the heat too quickly. We'll drip some some crude oil in. So we need a shipping. No, we need a plumbing. Yeah, it's under plumbing. It's, yeah, we'll use a liquid valve. We'll use a liquid valve out of the tank. You know what? We should have just put the tank right over here, pumped it into there, and then just run the valve from there to this. Looked probably a lot better. Might still do that. We'll give enough room. Ugh. I was just saying we'll give enough room to build a wall there if we want to brick that up. We'll just liquid pipe that in. There, and then we'll snip that shut. Yeah, I did put it under there so that this would be perfectly lined up, but I forgot that we would want to control the flow. We'll place that right on the end of that, probably. Yeah. We'll have to run this liquid into that tank. Bit of it. Snip. Automation wire. Snip. Then we can run. Oh, it's in a bucket. Okay, fair enough. Out of there, into there. Actually, I'm going to move that. Deconstruct you. That pipe's probably got liquid in it, has it? Maybe. I don't know. Deconstruct that. Oh, we got lots of materials brought up here now, haven't we? Excellent. Brick in that. Do that. I wanted that done. I'm tempted to do that. Oh, let's do this piece here so it looks right. I won't do just here in case we've got to bring all that automation down, which we have to. And we won't be able to reach to do it. I don't think this pipe is long enough, so we're going to build a second one on top. And we'll go plumbing. Liquid valve, made of steel. And the game will freeze just when we try to plug it in. Here we go. Now we've got a bottle of crude oil there that we can't get to do anything with. We can't get in here to drip it back in. I don't know what we're going to do with that. What's up here? Naphtha. Suppose we could put a little crude oil pit just there. Just because I don't want that bottle hanging around. We'll probably make another liquid lock somewhere and use it, but that is, there's quite a lot of liquid there. Yeah. That's probably not deep enough, is it? Cancel that. We'll just put a bottle emptier back down here. Ah, there we go. Crude oil. Excellent. So we can let them in there. We can take that crude oil away, can't they? Excellent. Perfect. Where is it? It's here. Pick that up, would you? Ah, liquid. So I want to set this to say, well, to start off with, it's not on. It's not heating up. Oh, we have magma. Been erupting? It was. You ain't erupting for another 25 cycles, but you are. It's already finished erupting, has it? Yeah. Well, it's filling up in here. That's the main thing. It's still in its vacuum. We haven't somehow sneaked oxygen in here again. Ugh. Strange. So. Let's see. I am. Oh, they're coming up. Okay, good. Someone's coming. I want to set the automation, don't I? That's what I've missed. I knew I missed something. Snip that off. Deconstruct that automation wire. Make sure that is still, and it is. And, you know, we can wiggle this pipe up and down. A little bit is empty, so we can get rid of it. There we go. Beautiful work. We'll set that to, I can't remember what we set it to before, but we'll set it to 50/30. It will ask for more. And that's exactly what it's doing. Looking for more. Now the liquid shut off here is active, and it will allow the pump to pump that full of liquid. And we will use pliers. Snip all these, pliers to snip all these, and probably a bit there. I'm not sure how it's going to go. We'll just wiggle this up and down all the way along. Much pipage. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. That one can go then. Right. So for now, we're just leaving it on max, and we're just going to let this flow up and fill this room with a bit of liquid. So we've got something to drain the heat into, to trigger the system to run. So, at the moment, this one is not getting any temperature, so it says -273. But this one is because it's in water. We've set that to over 400. We've set that to this door. So when this door opens, I think we actually want it. Yeah, if it's above 400, close the door. So I think we want it probably the other way around. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get it working. You just don't need a NOT gate in that case, because you're just using that the reverse way round. Instead of saying you want it below 400, shut the door. Saying if it's above 400, open the door. Or fill it up with a bit of liquid. And we'll see if this... there's nothing to backflow, so there's no temperature change. Food is dripping in. As soon as we get any heat into here, that will turn to steam. So this will then have some kind of temperature gauge from the steam. The temperature the steam gets to. And this will continue requesting more from this leaky fissure, but obviously we're going to have to set up a proper supply of crude oil. This is just to give us something to dump some heat into. So, up here, the confusing bit. This is set to 5 seconds. If I trigger the pulse, nothing happens. I trigger it again. Now the door opens. 5 seconds later, on this timer, now which happens to have coincided with the game save, so it looks like it's lasting a lot longer than 5 seconds. It's not really. The game save takes forever. Poor computer. Right. Then it says shut the door. That will be how we'll judge how much magma comes through. We'll set this to something like 0.5. And when we flick the switch, nothing happens this time. Now the door opens, closes again. Very quickly. You've got to make sure that whatever you set that timer to, not enough to make enough magma drip through to form an actual pile of igneous. Like up here, there's what, 1693, 1705. You want it to be a lot smaller than that. It doesn't matter if it runs often and just a little amount. We just don't want it to put too much in. So what we'll do is we'll connect these now. You remember the top one. The top one just opens and closes the door for a second. And then closes it again. Actually, we should set... It doesn't matter, but we could set that to 9. So every 10 seconds, for 1 second, the door is open, right? Oh, I didn't change it properly. But now it did. So 9 seconds, and then on the 10th second, door opens. Just randomly. Well, it's not random, it's every 10 seconds. But it doesn't matter to us. It could be random. This is set to 30 seconds closed, 2 seconds open. That's just this door. That's the random one opening and closing. That doesn't matter. We just ignore that one. In fact, for testing procedures, we might just snip that one off so it's not confusing. There. When it goes green, it's on. It's open. Bottom door has to be the same amount of seconds, so it's 32. That's 29, but it has an extra second of being open. 29 plus 3, 32. Yeah, 32. That one's a little bit longer, the green bit, which means the top door always shuts first, then the bottom door. That way, when the magma drops in, it should drop to the bottom. Top door closes first, then when the bottom door closes, if it does make a little triangle of igneous like that, it sometimes sits on the top of this door. So this second door, well, the middle door in this case, is to prevent that. It won't prevent it, but it will stop it from being a problem, because that door shuts first and that door shuts second. We may have to adjust that to give the magma enough time to, drop into that bottom before it closes. That way you squeeze that piece of igneous really hard and get all the heat out of it, and it comes into here through this, and this will automatically open it when it gets to 400 degrees. At the moment, it's not attached to the system. We're not doing it. We've done this. When it does that, nothing happens when it turns off. It does. We might need a NOT gate on this. I'm not sure. We're going to snip that off the system now and connect it there. I think we'll need a NOT gate right here. We'll test it. We'll test it. And a nice bit of crude in here now, just for testing purposes. Testing purposes are nerve-wracking. This is pump not in liquid. I'll leave the symbol on. We could suppress the symbol. I'll leave it on. I'm not entirely sure if we can get away with having all the automation up here. We might need it down here. We did leave this bit in here, so if we want to do some kind of weird signal, send it up somehow, we could probably send that directly up instead of this way. There you go. Now you can build that, huh? We got a bit of crude coming in. How much have we got left in our... Oh, we got quite a bit in that thing. That's fine. I'm going to keep letting it run. 10 kilos. We're not going to run it at 10 kilos at the beginning because we haven't got enough. We haven't even put any pipes in to bring crude up here. We're only using what's in there. I'm tempted to just run this across and just put up with this up here, but we might have to move all the automation down here. So all this is a pulse generator. Whatever the time you set on this buffer, that's the pulse. And the pulse comes out of this side here. If you search on the internet for useful automation gadgets, you should find it on the Clay forums. Pretty much the top of the list. This is your input. So you can use a switch or you can use an input from a machine. And that will give you your pulse. And we want the pulse to be pretty short because we don't want too much magma dropping through. We're not connecting it to that door yet. We're going to let the machine run it, but only open this door. We will run this door ourselves separately. So to do that, we can put in a little temporary gadget, I think. Yeah, we'll put in a temporary machine. Well, because we could use one of these, couldn't we? We'll just cut it off. let it run and then cut it off. Because if I use a switch, the door will just stay open until you switch it off, which is good. You get used to that. Doors opening and closing by themselves. Right, we've got quite a lot of crude in here. Should we keep going? What are we doing? Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't think I need that temp shift plate. In fact, I could have bricked this up and stopped that, got rid of that temp shift plate. But it's in there now and it's built, so let's see if it works. Who knows? We need a little bit of wire in there, please. That little bit of wire can go. Yeah, it was unnecessary to run it round. We could have run it that way, but kind of just helps it to look, you know, so you can see what's happening. But I think we need a NOT gate. Because that only worked, you know, if I plug that in, which, when you put the power off to it, now the next time you put it, nothing happens, see? Then the next time you power it, then it opens again. That's what I'm talking about. We've only got that set to 0.5 of a second. Even that might be too long, I'm not sure. So I'll set this to green duration 0. I can't even. 0.5. There we go. Oh, that's duration. There we go. And then we can kind of test it, I guess. Oh, I'm nervous. I don't want this actually constantly running when we're testing, so we'll let it put a bit more liquid in. Actually, we'll stop it there, I think. That can just carry on filling up. Actually, that's only on 50%. We can probably go 75. Yeah. All you got to do, that top one, the high threshold is, that's when it stops asking for more. So if you go, follow how long the pipe is, wherever the source is, you've just got, if you're like me, you don't like the pipe being full, if it, you know, then you could just set that top one, the threshold, so that it's long enough, it stops, but long enough for that to drain the pipe into the tank. There's got to be enough room left in the tank for whatever's left in the pipe. This short pipe, nothing, no problem. You could probably go up to 95 for that short pipe. Ah, look at that. That was just enough to pop into the next tile anyway. Lovely. Lovely. Let's set that to somewhat like 20. So I can be ready. And just connect it on. And just click reset. Or just time it for when we connect it. Hit the green bit there. Now this is all aluminum piping. Maybe too hard. Everything's connected, right? Ah, we want to connect that one again. I do want to connect that one again now. And I'm very nervous. Why am I so nervous? Let's just connect that. That should open for half a second, right? That might be too much. Doesn't matter if the door's open when it falls. Who cares? Door's closed already. I am going to just snip that off so it doesn't trigger again. I want it to trigger again. This is getting a lot of temperature. Door opens, magma drops in. See that tile? Full now. Oh, that's good timing. Perfect. I like that. This is now getting very hot. Pushing heat through these tiles into this door. This door is controlled by this thermosensor. He's now at 178 already. That's not enough to flash that to petroleum. So it will keep that door closed and keep drawing heat. The theory I want to see, if it works, is what we do up here. Is this sensor is set to say 20 seconds. So if it draws for longer than 20 seconds, that should trigger the door to drop more magma in. It was already set, so not going to, is it? We need a not gate in here somewhere. We do, don't we? Thought we might. The idea is, when that reaches temperature, it's not going to, because it's not going to drop any more magma unless we tell it to. You want it to open that door so it doesn't draw any more temperature. But if it closes that door and doesn't get it for long enough, that's what this is for, this filter. Then it should trigger some more magma to drop. We are going to connect that just for a second. Let it drop another bit of magma in. We'll snip it again. Like one tiny bit more magma drop in. May have to. We will have to play with it and change how much magma gets dropped in. You just want to make sure it's not enough to form a tile. Whatever drops in, this will slowly build up over time to a lot of igneous rock. Now you can remove these doors. I'll zoom out a bit so they're not so noisy. You can remove these doors, and you could put a third door there, which you could set like right above. You could set a pool with cooling or whatever. Catch all the igneous, and then every now and again, maybe once every say 50 cycles, you pop that door open and all the igneous drops out. Next time they open, it all falls out into your pool, and then you can use it to feed hatches or whatever. Build with it or something. So it is a source of igneous. But obviously, if you do that, the extra door will gain heat, steal heat from the system. Well, we look at the temperature now. It's slowly getting hotter. Nowhere near hot enough yet, but as it works, as it's used, it slowly gets hotter and hotter, and it becomes more and more efficient over time. We want the system to run it, not us, or to clicking and cutting and things. We want the system to just open that door, drop some in. Occasionally, it doesn't drop any in. I think it didn't that time. You do get that occasionally. That's why you do need a little bit of a fail-safe. Make sure that if the pulse doesn't gain any heat, it will pulse again a bit later on. I don't think it dropped any that time. I think it did. Try again. But that saves you needing robo miners and all this stuff. I need all that stuff. Yeah, that might be a bit too quick. Right. It's okay. We'll change it to 0.7, let's say. Go up a bit. It's better to go up slowly than it is to go up too much and let way too much magma in, and then you're in trouble. That's more like it. That door should open every 10 seconds. That'll drop that in. Because there's no door above it, see how it appears on top? And then when they both open, it will all fall down. We don't have to worry about weird robo miner things and stuff and whatever. So it's now combined with the rest of it. And it's pumped some more temperature in. It's nowhere near a temperature to flash that to petroleum yet. We need to keep going. Oh, wow. Did you see that? So quick. Now, the amount of magma that drops in is dependent on the amount of pressure you've got back here of magma. So we should have waited for our tank to fill up a little bit before we started running it. But I just wanted to test it. There we go. That one just opening and closing every 10 seconds just makes sure that this bit of magma, when it drops in, does not have a chance to turn into a tile. There is enough room up here. There's 2 tiles here, so we can dig through. If we have to dig out a tile, we have to dig out a tile. But if you do it right and you don't drop too much magma, I'd rather it ran lots frequently, tiny amounts, than too much in one go. So you can work it out and you can get there. Balance. I don't want it to run too much magma too frequently. Let's set that to say 60 seconds. Then we'll reset it so it runs now. And sometimes it'll time it like that when it just pulls right to the bottom. Fine. You could set it up with complicated automation to make it do that every time, but it doesn't really seem necessary. It works perfectly fine without that, without needing to do that. Well, the temperature is getting drained into here. It's being poured into the crude oil, warming it up. It's a lot of crude to warm up, I'll grant you. Obviously, we got nowhere to pump the petroleum when it's made, so we got nothing. Got nothing. Reset. Up another load. And next time it does it, I'll just see how much is in that space. Drop that down, please. 10 seconds feels like a long time when you're waiting for it. I'll leave you watching that. One moment, I'll be right back. I hope that makes sense. Oh, somebody's got trapped. Well, I know why they're trapped, because some idiot stood on the doorway again. Nails, would you, sod off? Thanks. I think we need to give them somewhere to dig. Let me go up here and just, how much temperature have we got? I mean, it's getting hotter now, isn't it? Let me just, not there, don't do that. Do that. Done something now. Yeah, I've deleted the power. Just want to snip that. So it doesn't keep adding magma when I'm not looking. Right, let's come over here. Destroyed that, led all that down there. Excellent job. And what was in here? There was a volcano somewhere. There's the gold one. Yeah. Oh, it's up here. It's all this crap. Yeah, right. In order to do that, I'm going to block across here. Oh, nuts. The power wire's there. To get all this water over this side. Right. So we need to dig that out. That can all go. Oh, there's a volcano in there. Look, carbon dioxide geyser. And sedimentary rock. Come over there. Sedimentary again, my dear Watson. Down the middle, and we'll just dig out all this crap. Give them something to dig. They love digging. Once we've worked our way through to here, we'll move that down so it can be part of this cooling loop. Yeah, be part of that. Right. Let them dig. Let them eat cake. Like that. Right. Run that, please. Drop that magma in. Temperature are we at now? 600 odd. Yeah, spiking a little bit better now. Got to warm up. All of these tiles, these closest ones, will warm up over time. This is now in steam, so that's now giving us a good readout. What temperature is in here? That's on 279. What's that? 270. So that's a little bit hotter than it really. Okay, fair enough. We got to remember that we've left it spitting out magma every 60 seconds, which is sounds often, but it's such a short time. But we've already used quite a bit up here. The pressure of the magma in here will be going down every time. Just want to get enough heat. See if this will flash petroleum to start the backflow. Magma coming in. And we've only got a tiny 360 kilos. That's beautiful. Perfect. As this fills up though, that pressure will get higher and that timing will have to go down. That'll become more and more and more because there'll be a lot more pressure of material in there. You are losing a bit of heat in the door above, but without that, the crumb just sits on top and doesn't get trapped inside it all the time. Ashcan's got nothing to do, really. There's loads of stuff to do. There's digging everywhere. Dig it. Lazy dupes. Lazy dupes. Yeah, I think what we'll do... Bring that over to there. No, if we bring it down here, then we can add the cooling. That is stretching all over the place. Put it up here or something. Power up there, yeah. We don't want that in the vacuum because it'll overheat. How are we doing for temperature now? Not high enough, is it? No, we need a bit more. I don't think we've got enough magma to do this then. Erupts in another 10 cycles. That I don't know, because there's a lot of magma trapped up here, isn't there, really? Could build this wall out a double thicket and then come back in here somehow. Move this wall back, delete all these tiles and move it back. There's plenty of room here for the magma to flow out. There's a lot trapped there. Kind of flows out to the left for some reason. Flows out this way. Could have made that a bit of a bigger gap. Or maybe make this lower, perhaps. I wanted that the same height as this. Actually, it doesn't look like it is, but it is. A tiny bit more, 360 kilos. It's pretty consistent, but that's dependent on the pressure in here. Can make a magma blade. 1 tile high blade. It will come out 10 tiles. So you make the door on the 10th. So it comes out 9 tiles. Then you can really fine tune how much comes out. But it's really, as long as you keep an eye on it, it's really not. And there's no robo miners to overheat or worry about. Ugh, that junk. The temperature is getting hotter. Look, look, look. It's on 360 now. That's all 337, 324. What's going to happen when this reaches temperature? It's going to go like that. When it gets hot enough, it'll go like that again. When it goes like that, got to be like that for long enough. Trigger this system. Obviously, I'm reversing it, so it won't do that. Obviously, forcing it to reverse. 20 seconds. If it's trying to get heat for 20 seconds, that's a long time. Can't get any heat. It opens the door and sends some more magma. Perfect, I think. I think that's quite nice. That way you don't waste magma. It only sends some when it actually can't get enough. And of course that will then get hot, which will turn it off, close the door. It'll get hot again because it's now had an injection of magma. And it'll wait till next time it triggers. That's the theory anyway. If it works in practice. How are we getting? 298. That's actually not bad. That's pretty good. Might turn that up a little bit. 1 second of open time. Let's see how much magma we get for 1 second. How much? 480. Yeah. As long as it's less than whatever a tile would be, I don't care. Now getting a decent injection of heat. They should both open soon. Come on. Just the top one. Now they will. There you go. Now the heat can pass directly into the glass. It will still pass through. It's fine. That was 400 degrees. That's what we want for the... Ah, look at that. It's lovely. Nice bit of temperature coming through. It's got a lot to warm up, so take a little wee while. I don't know why I put that thermosensor in there then. Maybe we should use that instead of this one. But it's there if we need it. So we're getting close. Should erupt there, inject more magma by itself any second. There we go. Wonder if that'll be even enough. Flash. No, it's still quite far from flashing temperature. Wise. Still about 80 degrees off. That's got to get to about, I don't know, 600-700 degrees, and then it's a decent amount of temperature transfer quick enough to make the machine run. You want it to be hot enough this side to transfer the heat fast enough. Flashes consistently as it's dripping, because all this will be hot crude, petrol. The only bit that will be crude will be the tiny little bit that just drips here. It is going up. Look at that. The temperature's going up, but we're running out of magma. It seems bad, but believe me, once it's running and when it's warmed up as well, it uses very little magma. We're just trying to warm everything up and get it running. Slowly going up. Very slowly, but it's got a lot to heat up. It's not just heating the doors and the glass and the crude. It's also actually injecting heat into the insulated tiles around it as well. They will very slowly creep up in temperature. 5.2. Still 45 around here. 45.3. That will take ages for that to warm up. Ones that are directly next to the magma will get quite warm. Ugh. Stop being Muppets, will ya? I'm watching this thing. Nails, you're always doing this. Go away. He's off. Get away from the door. And who's that? Liam, go the hell away. Go for a jog over there by that. Come on. I know I should be giving them work to do, but I'm kind of making sure my machine doesn't break. This crude it's got a lot of crude to warm up. You'd fill it pretty full. These top row isn't very full, but these two, there's a lot to put heat into. Should have filled it with a lot less. But never mind. I wanted to see if it would pressure up this ladder and start backflowing a little bit. Probably not much, but yeah, a little bit. 352. I think we might be able to get enough heat into it to flash it to petroleum before we run out of magma blade. This thing will run again soon. And we will eventually have two running, so we should get quite a bit. And we've got to set all the pipes up and everything for crude to get up here. I'm tempted just to build a pit and just put the crude into a pit instead of actually having all the like liquid tanks, liquid reservoirs everywhere. How are we doing for temperature? 346. Yeah. Getting there. How you doing? Oh, it's about to inject more. Oh, good timing for doors. Open. Open wide. Reset timer. Let some more in. It's on top of the door. That should put some heat into the system. There we go. It's all getting absorbed into here. Every time I click reset, it just adds another. Oh, it's gone down because the pressure's gone down, so it's not getting as much. Oh, that was good timing, wasn't it, for the save game? Sounds like something from Minecraft trying to kill you. Oh, thank you, game save. And pinch that. Oh, 450 degrees. It's getting there. What have we got here? 348. Ah, we keep going. Some more in. Put some more magma in the system. I don't mind if we run it low, because by the time we've messed around, we'll have quite a lot of magma. By the time we've put tanks in and dug things and whatever. So it's going to take a wee while. I like it when all the doors open in sequence together. Ah, we have flashings of petroleums. Look at this. What have we got for temperature in there? Yeah. Should all get hot enough to flash soon. As it turns to petrol, the petrol flows up. Petrol's actually bigger volume. A bit more. There we go, it's sucked enough heat out of it. Yeah, it's getting there. Come on, start flashing. Oh yes. It allows you a couple of degrees leeway, so some of this back here is still 373, look. This stuff should be pretty hot. This seems to be really lagging behind in steam temperature. I'm going to put so much in, I guess. 1,000 was probably too much. Let's put another injection of heat. Small one. They're getting smaller now. We'll probably run out. It probably won't flow far enough soon. $97, $98, $99. Set that to 405 or something. Yeah, 404, I think. That is in a separate place. We might use this one instead. It seems like it's going to be more accurate. It's right in the crude. Oh, temperature is that getting to? Oh, it's getting there. It's gonna run by itself. We'll let it run by itself. Warming up, warming up. Warming up the system. Oh, it's dropping straight in. Look at that. Another burst of heat. I don't think that's quite enough heat. We need some more heat. More heat, Captain. Magma's not hot enough. Give us hotter magma. Ah. Things might happen now. Oh, look, it's all going. All going crazy. Some more heat into the system. Let's flash all of it. Let's see if we can get all of it to go. Now that bit in the corner's gone now. Look. Well, this is close. It's close. Come on. You know you want to. You want all flash, don't you? Just flash. There we go. Flash to petroleum. You know you want to. All of this is cold. Look, it's too cold. Just keep adding tiny amounts. That little granule. 1,000 degrees, that little piece. Drop in. Now we get chomped by the doors. Doors are now yep, there we go. Make that 420. way hotter than it needs to be, but that's now for 17, 18, 19, 20. Way. And it's all petroleum. All of it's petroleum now. Now, the petroleum has grown in volume, but it's not enough to backflow. Not enough. So we don't need that to run anymore. Let's snipperoo. Where's the pliers? So we then... System's just triggered. Will you stop getting trapped? Yeah. 420 is a bit hot, I think. Or... Yeah, I don't think this is reading the temperature of that very well. That's 412. Look, 406, 405. We might use this one instead of that one. But if we didn't put it in there, we wouldn't have been able to use it, would we? So if we set, say, 405, we settings to that one. Yeah, so if it's above 405, and we snip that one off. Boom. We use that one instead. Did we put... Yeah, we did. So if that takes too long to get to temperature, it will trigger the doors to drop more magma. We definitely need it to be... yeah, we need a knot gate. It's below 405. Give us some more heat. Yeah, that's what I want. Then that's off. So we need a knot gate before it gets to the filter gate. Okay, that's fine. We can build that. We'll get rid of that. Deconstruct you. Get out of our way, please. We'll snip that off because we can't reach down there. What I'm going to do, I think what will be easy. Deconstruct this, not the automation wire. Deconstruct the filter gate. If they can reach that from there, I'm not sure they can. So we'll deconstruct that tile. We'll move the filter gate and get to it. Someone's got to come and deconstruct that. Let somebody come and do that. Camille's coming. Then we better go around the map giving them digger orders because they're desperate for something to dig. Dig. Come on, somebody. Anybody coming? Come on. Things to do. People to see. Places to go. Filter, I think. I'll put the filter there. Then we've got enough room to see. It doesn't need to be like squished up together, does it? It doesn't need to be compact. We can do what we want. We can run it into there. Switch that. Switch, snip that. Snip that. And we need down. Now, do we need the knot gate here or here? I think before it. Yeah, we need it before it, don't we? Snip that. The knot gate. Right there. I'm going to see if that's the right way round. I'm not entirely convinced. I don't want to connect it until the knot gate is built. Now, the filter would be set to, say, I'm not sure yet, but say 20 seconds. Thank you. You've finished now. You can go. You can stop beeping. There we go. Build that. The knot gate, please. Lovely. Now we've got to go and build pipes all over the place to send igneous rock up here. So the timer is going now because that door is closed. Not getting temperatured. Not at the temperature we want. And that should flash that door. There we go, and that would drop more magma. Heat would then come through, which would make that the right temperature. Yeah. I think we've got to go below, haven't we? Because that's 427 degrees in here. We drop a bit more, drop a little bit more in. Use up some of that temperature. It's going to sit there forever. Someone coming to build the... Dean will come and set that for us. We'll just have a small amount run through the pipe. Just, I mean, it won't backflow for a while yet. Come on, Gene. Come and help us out here. Thank you. Now we'll connect that. That can start to flow out. Pipe should be empty. Yes, it is. Tank has got plenty of room left. That's flowing all the way down to this valve, which will allow 2,000 grams a second through. Give us a bit of chance for testing. There's a little blob there. There you go. This pipe is long enough to make sure that is always 2,000 grams. It never goes too small. Now, normally, as it would be running up here, it would be running against the very hot petroleum that would be backing off. So we want to see if this system, if we connected that to this door, would it actually activate it correctly? Because I don't think it will. It's on 434. It's still injecting heat, and it shouldn't be. That door should be open now, right now. Need that above. Right, that's correct now. So I'm gonna snip that. I'm gonna connect these two doors together. That was our test door. Test dummy. We can carry on letting it go through the pipe. And we've got some extra obsidian pipe here, so we can cut the pipe. We don't have to send a dupe in. If it's getting here and it's too hot, it's like 400 degrees in the pipe and it's starting to burst the pipes, that would be bad. So we shall wait. I'm going to drip in, and that will take some of that heat. This will rise up. Kilos. And it will rise up here. Temperature in the pipe is 268. It should be rising up here as that drips in, and it's cool. Heated up. Flashes to crude. There's no petroleum. We don't see. Oh, well, there's no crude. Instantly turning to petroleum. But it's not running very fast, so it's got a lot to fill up. It's got to fill all these tiles up. I haven't got enough in them yet. It's only running at 2,000. Take a wee while. Will you stop it? Standing on doorways, please. Huh? Nails. Nails, just come down here. Tell you what, Nails, come and dig this out. I know you want to. You can't wait. Come and dig all this out. Dig away, dig away. Oh, and also do a bit of sweeping. There's something there to sweep. Sweep. I want to watch my machine, not watch this. Right, okay, good. Yeah, fine, whatever. Go do that. Oh, we've got to build a floor for that thing. We'll make it mesh this time. There you go. Now you got something to do. Sod off and do it and stop making everybody trapped. Ah, right. We're back. So we're going up this tube a little bit. It's slowly rising. Pressure. It still hasn't even triggered the door once yet. It triggered the magma yet. But it is only running 2,000 grams. So, yeah. Getting gone down about, what, 2 degrees? Because that was on 432. About 430 now. When it's running at full speed, this will come up a lot quicker. Quite slowly. Drawing temperature down there. We can set that to maybe 3. Don't worry. We'll stop in a minute because we won't have any magma to use. So, gotta wait for both of these to erupt a few times. Give us a bit of a pocket of magma to be working with. These 3 yet? No, nobody's come and done it, have they? Ellie's coming to change it. Thanks, Ellie. We can run these obsidian tiles down here, I think, now. We're running by this one instead, because I think it's more accurate than this one. Crazy. But never mind. But then that's in the petroleum. So yeah, it probably would be more accurate. Someone come to set this to 3. Yep, they're starting to run 3K now. Slightly bigger dots there. You can tell the difference. Yeah, you can see that's 3. Still got 700 degrees of temperature this side. Decent amount of chips inside there. Just need to turn that volume down a little. Only affects my volume. I don't think it affects yours. Are these 3s coming yet? Yeah, the 3s are starting to get here. There we go. That should suck the temperature a little bit quicker. Make this pressurize up a little bit faster. One thing I think I should have done is read this input of the crude should have come down here and up. Because this will be full of petroleum. Could be gaining an extra bit of heat from that. Now let's see. There's a little chunk. 11 tons of 984 degrees C. Here we go. Eventually that will settle to a temperature and it'll just stay at that temperature all the time pretty much. Once it picks a temperature. The door is open. It still doesn't need any more heat. Got plenty in here. These doors will just do what they do on their timers. It's just a beautiful way of doing it. A no fuss way of doing it. And as I say, you can put a door here. It will take some of your heat. Only do it if you've got a lot of magma to spare. Maybe a dual like this, or maybe 3. But I wouldn't do it with just a 1 volcano, because it would sap the heat out. And you want that heat in your petroleum. I think that's jumping up another pile now. So this coming in at 264. When this starts backflowing, you'll see this temperature rise in this pipe. The idea is you want it to nearly be at 400. So 264, 265 is using a lot of magma to warm it up. But when you're running it against the heat of the petroleum coming back, you're also cooling your petroleum down a bit, which is nice because crude won't be coming in at 266. It'll be coming in about 80 or 90 most likely. Petroleum coming back will be really hot. It's 400 degrees. It's just been converted. So if you could steal some of that temperature and add it to your crude that's coming in, and your output is a bit cooler and your input is already preheated. My idea here is I want to fill this tile with enough so it starts to overflow. That's what I would like to achieve. And I don't think this still hasn't triggered, has it? Nope, I don't believe it has. But we are only running 3k. How much have we got left in here? Loads to go there. This will get down to 50%. So in another 2,000 odd, it'll trigger some more crude to be filled up, to fill up the tank. We've got another leaky oil fissure down the bottom of the map where the steam machine is. Yeah, slowly taking the temperature down. Yeah, slowly. We did have to heat a lot to get all that to flash. It was a bit much. Now, I will say that the main part of this design, the majority of this design is Francis John's build. I just didn't want to mess around with robo miners and all that sort of stuff, so I made up my own bit for the doors. Yeah. Magma dropper. All this stuff is my own messing around with his design. That's filling up. When it gets to about 800, it should start to overflow. Then we'll see what happens to this pipe. I want to sweep up this junk here. And deconstruct you. Then how are we going to get this over there if the bleeding power wire is up here? Power wire. We need to put the power here, don't we? We do. And what are we running with it? We are running literally 4 doors with it. That's it. That's all we're doing. We could put that here. 4 doors. We only need one of these things. I mean, how much power is that running already? Coming out to there. Yeah, it could run 4 doors, couldn't it? What's on this line? 480. Yeah, that's 490. That's easily going to be able to run that. So if we come in here, we dig down to there. We could raise this power up. There. Raise this steel line down to there. We could make that take over, then we could get rid of this power line. And this one, which is already being cooled, can just run our doors for us. Right, that seems legit. So let's deconstruct these 2 obsidian tiles. We can... we'll wait for the dig. Yeah, we'll wait to dig until... let's pause for a game save. We'll let them dig out that top bit and build that wire in place in situ. Well, they can reach it all anyway. Perfect. Have a vacuum. That's refilling with crude oil. And crude oil is now backflowing down here. So if we see this aluminium pipe has got 266 degrees worth of the crude oil. As it flows along here, look at the temperature as it gains temperature from the petroleum flowing the other way. By the time it gets here, 380 degrees. Now it's dripping off the edge and it's starting to warm up down here as well. By the time it's getting here, we've got to be careful we don't overheat it, you know. Got nowhere to pump the oil. Got to be above 500 kilos anyway. We got nowhere to pump it to. I didn't see if that's triggered yet. What's that set to? 405. 407 at the moment, according to that. I like to see it trigger itself and see if it actually pulses the doors. And get rid of that door now. I think probably. Sweep up these bits of steel. Yeah, it's coming along here and it's already at 390 degrees. It's still just flowing to the pump now. Getting there. Now, I mean, it will pick up more. Well, there's only 3,000 grams in the pipe. So it will look more better than it really is. When that's 10k, I mean, there'll be a lot more flowing the other way back because there'll be 10k in the pipe. But it will actually absorb a lot more of the... it'll take a lot more heat because there's 10k in the pipe instead of 3,000 grams. Also decomposed to, I think. But it's injecting heat now. I just saw it eject heat. But it's getting plenty of heat. That's still 700 or 800 degrees in here. Getting plenty. I'm going to brick there, there, and there, please. Yeah, it's not triggered anything yet. I'm going to watch for it to trigger and for this to start running. .406. That should close the door in a minute. Constantly dripping in. Oh, 406. Wow. 405. Now it's about to shut the door. Draw some heat across. This is 800 degrees, these tiles, so it will be able to draw quite a lot. Heat across still. It won't trigger this, I don't think. Ambient temperature. Still 405.1 sort of thing, so it's got to wait until that goes before this door will shut and draw some heat across. Which are we in the pipe? We're getting a bit too hot, I think, in the pipe. There we go, drew some heat across. Just going to pause it a second. We're going to snip. And we're going to snip this into dots. We're going to go up and round. We're going to cancel anything. But nobody comes to build. And that way, this is now 395, which is perfect. We don't want it so hot it bursts in the pipe because that would be bad. The new aluminium was good, but crikey, it's good. And this is filling up. We've got nowhere to put the actual output. We need to run some obsidian tiles down here. And we're going to put some tanks in, I think, just to store it for now. A couple of steel tanks at the end. Just for now, just somewhere to put it so we can keep testing the machine. Come down to there, run along here. Or are we? Or are we going to come down there and go in? A lot neater looking. Because when this gets to 500 kilograms, it's got to pump out somewhere. I'd like it to be able to pump out. Let's make the tanks a 6. This bit a 6. So, there we go. But they can do that first. What we like for temperature, 398. That's still pretty darn hot in the pipes. We better do another But the snip, now it's getting more and more efficient. Crikey. Cancel that. And that run out and snip that off. Make sure this door is locked so that nobody comes in here ever unless we tell them that to specifically. I'm then going to brick these in into the wall. Bricked in now. I'm also going to put this bottom layer in case we needed to do something with the automation. I'm not convinced yet. I want to actually see it activate by itself. Which means it's got to drain a lot of temperature out of these doors. And in order to do that, it's got to not get enough temperature for at least, well, whatever we set that to, 20 seconds. We could lower that so it's more likely to trigger. I'd like to get it running. So it's coming in at 267 odd. It's picking up temperature all the time. It doesn't pick up temperature while it's going up. It picks up temperature all the way along here. It's already 300 degrees here. And this last stretch, it really boosts the temperature up to really high. Probably too high. It's bordering on dangerous levels. Might send a dupe in here to build some more dots of obsidian because you need plenty of options here. This is the bit where it gets the most heat the fastest. So yeah, we'll have a couple of tanks just to put it into. Let's check the temperatures here. They can't get down to dig that. That's fine. I'm going to just dig all this off now. So they can reach that. There we go. That's got to be built. As soon as they can reach it, I want that built. Then we can sort that power out. Get rid of that. Snip that off. But we need power to these doors. That's critical. The doors, it would work without it, but the doors need to open and close fast, especially this one. If that door opened without power, you'd pour so much magma in, you'd break the machine probably. Someone can go in there and build those later. No rush. What temperature is it there? Yeah, I think I'd rather snip that again. Wow, aluminium is very good. Also, we're only running 3,000 grams, which, you know. Power wire, done. Cancel that. Now we can go up here and snip that. Yep. Now we can deconstruct all these power wires here. Deconstruct all these power wires all the way down to there. Excellent. That's much better. I'm going to seal these in their vacuum so that they don't get messed with or broken. Carry on working. We got somewhere for this to pump out to. Excellent. 500 seems a lot though, doesn't it? So let's make it 250. Now you can pump. We're not putting a limiter on that, so although we're only putting in 3,000, it can pump out 10k packets. It just will leave a big gap in the pipe every now and again because it won't have enough. When we're running a full pipe in, you'll run a full pipe out. So, in, out, out, shake it all about. That's still 800 degrees odd. Wow, that's going to last a long time, isn't it? What are we going to do with all this? Rather suppress these two. Now annoy me. But we might have to put some more in. Yeah, we may do. I might have to put a pipe in above like we were going to. That way we can feed it in from the bottom and go down this way. So that that first tank will always be the one that gets filled first. I think this is going to be a long time before we see the system operate by itself. And we'll be running out of crude oil by then, I should think. There we go. Now it's running properly. Just going to run a few 10k packets on a partial every time. How are we doing there? Even that's too hot now. Getting more and more efficient. I do not want the crude breaking in the pipe just there, so I think I'm just going to back off a couple. And cancel that because I do not want them building it. As we run more crude and it's cooler, we'll have to reattach some of these again. But at the moment, the crude we're putting in is quite hot. So, yeah, it's 267. It'll normally be a lot cooler than that, so it'll take a lot longer to warm up. But it's shocking how these last few tiles, these last few pipes will really boost the heat. That's gone down quite a bit. 393, that's better. That will juice a bit more heat out of the system. Test it. But I don't think we're going to get to test it. It's so hot. 800 and... Oh, has that gone up? Was it tested it and I didn't notice? Damn. Maybe it did. I swear that was 813 a minute ago, these diamond tiles. They're 860 now. If it did drop some magma, I didn't notice. When are you erupting? Next dormancy 28 cycles, and you're erupting in 6.9. Good. We want a bit more magma in the system. Yeah. That way I can run tanks along here, and this one will always fill up fast. So, if I want to build more tanks, I can. Because the way we're doing it now, this one's always going to fill up. Can sweep all this junk, please. Shouldn't be anything hot there to get rid of. Get the temperatures. Yeah, we should be alright. It's up here that's the hot igneous up there. Tempted just to put a door here and make sure they don't touch anything. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Just brick it in, pretend it doesn't exist. We'll just put a pneumatic door. We will have to do something else about storing that stuff. Build a tile there, then we can prevent access. Ah, nice. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Not sure what the plan is, and I'm not sure why it's come together, but I still love it. That's gone up again, hasn't it? I swear that's got more temperature in it. Oh, we're running this for days to get this to cycle again. Right, I'll just wait for this little pump to come past the pipe, and then I'll snip it. Come on, snip it. Stop being a muppet. Right, it will go along here now, drop down into there, and it will come back this way into all the tanks that we put here. I don't know where we're going to flow it to or what we're going to use it for, because we can't really use jet suits. My computer can't handle jet suits. It dies a death at jet suits. But if you've got a good computer, I suppose you could. That's the last bit going in that way. Excellent. Now we can just put another few tanks in here. Got to be steel, because it's coming out quite hot. Temperature. Yeah, about the same as it went in, 270 odd. That's fair enough. Can't cool it down more than that anyway. More than the temperature of the input liquid. That's the liquid you're using to cool it with. Well, I think that's a successful little venture. We'll have to switch it off, which is fine in this system. This system, you just take your valve here and turn it to 0, or you snip the pipe and don't let it let any more liquid through. And let it just drain slowly out. It'll just sit there, hot. This will keep running, that'll keep running, but it will just sit there. That'll never trigger. We do need to add some more bells and whistles to the machine. We need some kind of protection so that if this triggers, but it doesn't get hot heat enough for some reason, because that needs the heat to then turn off again. If it doesn't turn off again, it will never trigger any more petroleum to come through. So we need something to come off of this signal to also sort of double barrel, make sure that if that doesn't reset, it somehow will make it trigger again to add some more heat. Uh-oh, our pump's getting overheated. Oh, poor pump. Why are you getting over? Oh, it's because we're pumping in too hot a liquid. Yeah, just repair it. Sorry, pump. The liquid going in is very, very hot. It's over the temperature that a liquid pump can really handle. So, yeah, once it's coming in at 80 or something, then it'll be better. Yeah, it's coming in pretty hot. Over the temperature of steel anyway. 275, and we're on what, 280 something. Thank you. Please don't overheat too soon. Maybe we should turn that down, make that a really low, like 50. Just pump it all out so you're not setting really hot liquid. Maybe that'll work, who knows. I think it's just too much temperature. This coming in is 267, so we can't really cool it down much more than 267. Even that's 398 already by the time it's got to there. Wow. I've not seen this even struggle for a second yet. Yeah, it's neat. Pump it all out. If we made a vacuum sealed tank just here, we could just let it pour into it directly without pumping it anywhere. Let it pour straight down into a tank under here. We could do that. Just have a pump in the tank. When we're ready for it. Because they're going to have to keep replacing that. Getting too hot and getting damaged. I was hoping to see it trigger. But I don't think we're going to, because it's just got so much heat in it. But it does help the fact that the water, crude coming in is so hot. Yeah, it's going to waste a lot of steel though, isn't it? Yeah, it's hot in there. Every time they repair it, I don't think it actually really helps the situation. Damaged, overheated liquid pump. Yeah, it's going to keep breaking all the time now. Too hot. Too darn hot. It needs, because it's in a vacuum, it needs like liquid to cool it, so to speak. This is too hot. This is definitely way too hot. That would be getting mixed with another crude. I think we're going to just cut that there. Let that pipe run out. Actually, I think I'll cut it right over here. Yeah. Let that flow through. Oh, keep going. Got to be careful when we run the cool crude through that it doesn't actually break in the pipe on its way up. It'll be like 80 degrees suddenly in a very hot bath. Yeah, sorry. We keep repairing you. Well, let's run. Run out this pipe. That's all we're doing. We're going to run out this pipe. There's a little bit there, but that's fine. We could send a pipe up from down the bottom. We can send a pipe up with all that 80 degree stuff. Bring a pipe up this side of the map. Be away from our base. I wouldn't want to bring it up this side with all our oxygen and critters and everything. But we could certainly send it this way. I have to think of another way of sending it once it gets to as we start dropping magma from volcanoes across the map. Might do suppressing this. That's it. Once that's pumped out now, let that go to like above 0. Pump as much of it out as it can. Some of this will just sit on the pipes. And waste steel, keep repairing it all the time, isn't it? The other way to do it would be to go to space and get some thermium or something and make a pump out of thermium. You're fine. Never going to overheat in these temperatures. Thermium can go up to ridiculous, like 900 degrees or something. I think there's one that does high, like 1800, one that does about 600 or something. One of the metals. But that's only overheating because the liquid we're putting in is so hot. And the return flow isn't getting cooled down any more than the temperature of the liquid going in. If the temperature of the liquid going in was a bit cooler, it would be fine. I'll leave that to actually pump out every last drop it can. So it's not sitting in a hot bath. Keep that only 3 wide and then it should be able to pump the lot out. If you make it bigger, it won't be able to pump it all. Reach the edges. Often I usually have it deeper than this and have it running flooded, completely submerged. But I was trying to keep that just too thick. We could have gone even thicker and brought it down even more, but it was getting a bit extreme. I was trying to squeeze it in. Yeah, get that steel, come down here and use that to repair that with. Stop now. These doors will carry on opening and closing for ad infinitum. But, yeah, the second this has stopped pouring now. Stop flowing soon. Still flowing from that tile. Yeah. Got to keep repairing it until it's finished pumping it all out, that's all. Once it's finished, I might actually delete that, so that it doesn't waste any more steel. The other way would be to run a liquid pipe through there of some kind of coolant. This is incredibly hot. That's not very good coolant. 300 degrees. Wonder the poor thing's breaking. If your input is cooler, you could run that through there and up to there, then through the system. It's a bit of the heat out of the liquid coming out. If you're not using magma and you're using a thermium aqua tuner, create the heat that can actually get hot enough to burn it. You have to run the aqua tuner through a cold area. If you're coming to repair that, you might as well deconstruct it. Yeah, we'll deconstruct it and sweep that away. It's just going to overheat forever now at this point. Sweep that away. I know it's hot, but it will get merged with the rest of it. This will have to wait now until we're ready. I think I'm going to just lock this door. Nobody can come in. These doors will open and close by themselves. We could just snip them to stop that happening. Got to remember to reconnect them next time. And that's our petroleum boiler waiting for some magma and waiting for some petroleum. That isn't like that temperature, whatever temperature that is. So it might be a good idea to mix those with another tank. Got another couple of tanks of crude somewhere. We can store some under here probably. Yeah, this is a good spot where we used to have the petroleum go. We made it ourselves. Now this machine can make it. And we've already made 2,000, nearly 300 there, and another 900 there. Crikey. We've already made over 3,000. What? Kilos, yeah. 3,000 kilos of that. That's perfect. We could put some tanks here, send some crude up, and then send this down so it mixes with it, and hopefully that'll cool it down a bit. Yeah. Way too hot. The other choice is we build ourselves a tank, crude oil tank, and put a pump into it. Just pump all our crude oils from various places, like this, really hot stuff into a tank. We could build it here, right next to this picture frame. Dig all this out. Have a tank here for crude oil. Maybe another tank next to it for petroleum that comes out the machine. I'd like a big tank for petroleum. Huge one. Yeah, don't worry. Nobody's trapped. It's just Harold stood on the door again. Go away. Standing on the doorway. In fact, somebody come and cull a few of these. There's too many in here. Can you melt a few? Worked really well, this little one. Although it's now completely plastic Dracos. Yeah. If we want ones for, you got 19 tons of plastic in there. If we want ones for reed fibre, we need to keep these guys in here. And yeah, problem is feeding them mealwood is what does it. They're more likely to lay plastic Draco, the glossy ones. So, that was fun. Next time when we come back after lunch and stuff, we will try and make some pipes going up and maybe make a tank for crude oil. I think that's a good idea. Make a crude oil tank right here. Then we can put this really hot crude oil into it and pump up the cold stuff and drop that in. It's not exactly cold, but we can run up the side of the map somehow and put our crude oil in. Come through this way. There's a few different directions. We could brick this up, get in here and dig this out and brick this up. Yeah, that's another option. I don't really want to be running hot liquid up the side of the map, but we can do. It's a bit more tricky because we built everything this side that we want to keep cool. This area seems to be quite warm, but it is cooling down a bit now. We're not running that over. We're using this up quicker than we can replace it. Got 4 on the go. This can't make enough to run 4. Oh, there's some more steel there. Hey, someone's sticker bombed. What is that? Oh, it's a sticker bomb of a slickster and a unicorn. Another slickster. These dupes are really happy. That's one thing I gotta say about this. There's no stress on this map at all. Yeah. That's free. We gotta get in here and decide what to do with this thing. That's still not pumped out yet. I would have thought that would have done by now, but it still hasn't done. You get rid of that slime, please. Yep. I think that's it for now. We built our machine, we tested our machine, but unfortunately we can't really continue because our input oil is too hot and we're running out of magma at this point. So, that's built. It's ready to run when we're ready to use it. I thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. See you.